With a cunning smile, she threw down the gauntlet, challenging me to choose anyone I wanted, convinced I'd never follow through. Her words, laced with mockery, were meant to wound, but I took them seriously. When I disclosed my decision, her expression hardened into stunned disbelief, and now she's furious. I feel no guilt. What started as her offhand taunt evolved into something tangible. We were embroiled in yet another fiery dispute, the kind where the initial cause fades into oblivion. She strode back and forth across the room, hurling sharp-tongued quips while I sat in silence, soaking in her exasperation. Then abruptly she stopped, crossed her arms tightly and declared, "If you're so unhappy, go be with someone else." Her smirk radiated triumph, as if she'd trapped me with her wit, certain I wouldn't dare act. But in that instant, something stirred within me. I didn't raise my voice or retaliate. I simply locked eyes with her and said, "All right." Our relationship had been unraveling for a while. She had a talent for making me feel small, as though nothing I did was ever enough. The constant criticism, the dismissive glances, the subtle digs in front of others, they eroded me bit by bit. Yet among her social circle, one person stood out. Sarah. I'd met her through my girlfriend 2 years prior, and she was everything my girlfriend wasn't. Warm, engaging, with a kindness that pulled you in. Whenever we all spent time together, Sarah listened to me, genuinely interested in my thoughts, my job, even recalling minor details I'd mentioned casually. I never crossed any lines, but I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a spark of connection. So when my girlfriend tossed out that careless permission, even as a barb, Sarah's name flashed into my mind immediately. A week later, I contacted Sarah, keeping it casual. I sent a brief message. "Want to grab coffee sometime?" Her response was swift. "Sounds great, just let me know when." We met at a quaint cafe in the heart of the city, expecting a short catch-up, but hours flew by in effortless conversation and shared laughter. There were no awkward pauses, no strain, just a natural rhythm that felt right. At some point, I brought up the argument with my girlfriend, her flippant, "anyone you want" remark. Sarah raised an eyebrow. "So you chose me?" she asked, her voice calm but curious. I nodded. Yes, I did. She didn't shy away or retreat. Instead, a slow, contemplative smile crossed her lips as she said, "That's interesting." Over the following weeks, Sarah and I grew closer. We shared lunches, took evening walks, and had late-night phone calls that stretched into dawn. Being with her felt effortless, like I could finally exhale, and each moment highlighted how suffocating my relationship with my girlfriend had become. One night, Sarah invited me to a low-key gathering at her apartment. A few of her friends filled the space with music and chatter, and for the first time in ages, I felt free, truly alive. As the evening wound down, I stayed to help her clean up. While we worked, she turned to me and said, "You deserve to feel happy, you know. I think you've forgotten what that feels like." Her words struck a chord, tightening something in my chest. She was right, and I knew it. Word eventually got back to my girlfriend. I'm not sure how, perhaps a tagged photo online or a friend's slip during a conversation. But when she found out, her reaction was volcanic. She barged into my apartment, the door slamming so hard it rattled the walls. "You picked her," she yelled, her voice quaking with rage. I remained calm. "You said I could choose anyone." Her eyes narrowed to slits. "That was sarcasm," she snapped. I shrugged. "Maybe you should have been more specific." She ranted about betrayal, loyalty, and how I'd crossed an unforgivable boundary. But the truth was, she didn't care about my happiness. She cared about controlling me. After that outburst, she cut me off entirely, blocking me on every platform and telling mutual friends I was as good as dead to her. I didn't care. I was done with her games. Sarah, however, never pressured or hurried me. We took things at our own pace, and she made it clear she wasn't here to be a rebound. I respected that immensely. The more time we spent together, the more I realized what I'd been missing. Someone who valued me for who I was, not for what I could provide. Her warmth, her wit, the way she made me feel truly seen, it was transformative. Looking back, I think my girlfriend's taunt was a test, a way to prove I'd leap at the chance to stray if given permission. She never expected I'd choose someone who already recognized my worth. Was it messy? Absolutely. Would I make the same decision again? Without a doubt. Sometimes, life presents a crossroads. Remain in a place of despair or take a chance on something better. I chose the brighter path. She said I could pick anyone, and I chose the one person she never thought I'd have the courage to pursue. I have no regrets.